Right, we're off to the fishing shop. I thought I'd spend the afternoon just having a flick, and I think I'll film it to bring you with me. Okay, what we're thinking about doing today is we're gonna fish. We're gonna launch the kayak down Takapuna Beach. I know that this area. I live over here, so I know it's quite nice to launch the kayak. I'm gonna swim out. Paddle out, and then we're gonna paddle down the coast. Just this narrow neck here. That's the name of the area. And then just where this drop off is, like I spearfished out here, so we know this drop off has some fish. I've also seen kingies and snapper there. And probably paddle out and try and set up some sort of drift with the incoming tide sort of along this area, and try and cover these two drops if we can, and just bouncing along the bottom potentially as we go. Okay, this is all I'm taking with me to try and make it easy. I got just a couple of sabikis I picked up today. Might not use them, but always handy to have anyway. A little backup float in case I get bored and just want to throw that on. A couple of swivels, a couple of snap swivels. There's some old snap swivels, swap them out. A couple of trebles, just a couple of stoppers, some beads. These snapper bite hooks, they're meant to be quite good, but I haven't tried them yet. Might try them on, give them a go, not sure, so here we go. There's some bait cotton. I got a couple of 2 ounce weights, a couple of 3 ounce grippers. Just not sure, it's a bit of reefs there. A couple of 5 ounce as well, if it gets a bit windy. Hooks. And I just picked up this little snapper rig today. Don't even know if it's any good, but give it a go. Don't have to tie one up at the very least. I'm also got some 50-pound line as well, but I don't really use that for fishing. I'm just going to use it to tie the burley bag to the kayak, just so. And yeah, and a knife, and that's pretty much the whole setup. Tidy up and off we go. Okay, so just packing up the truck. We got the esky, put the bait in there. Just got some leftover squid, just took out the freezer. I've got other stuff in the back of the truck as well, just some diving stuff, my spear gun and the barbecue hammock. Never know really what the day is going to go, so I leave it in there just in case. Just checking the tides before we go, so it looks like high tide is not until 20 past 8 tonight, so hopefully we get there. By the time we get there, should be around 1.6 meters, closing in before high tide, and might be a good time to fish. Plus we know when it's low tide it's hard to launch. And now just checking the weather, 25 degrees, it's nice. Now yeah, it's 26-kilometer winds. It's not very good, but sometimes protected by the headland, so I guess we'll see when we get there. Okay, so we just arrived at Takapuna boat ramp. It does look a bit windy and it's hard to really see on camera, but we're going right over there. It looks like there's a few little white horses, but it doesn't look much, but when you're on a kayak doesn't make it uncomfortable fishing. Yeah, so as I thought, it probably is a bit choppy. Even if you're just sat in there wobbling, you're thinking more about staying on the kayak than you are the fishing. Yeah, so as I thought, we're just going to try a little bit further up the coast to see. There's a few bays along here, so we're just going to have a stop in at the few and see if any are better weather or a bit more sheltered. After all, we are just out to relax. On this street, actually, while we're here, they're like $35 million houses. I know that some of them are just ridiculous. I'll stop in and show you one if I hear. Yeah, look at that. Look at those gates in there. Mental. So this is Narrowneck. You can see that now we're just driving in. Just as windy, but it does look nice. And it's busy, very busy. There's some sort of market or no, just loads of families with their gazebos up. People just parking anywhere, park on the road. I'll drive down, we'll have a look, show you anyway, even if I decide not to fish it. Very quiet, the water's still the same, but it's just so tempting when you can see that drop off. It's so close in from down here as well. We're definitely gonna have to throw it in and have a go, I think. Just as I thought. Side's protected by the headland, so I think we might have a bash here. Head out around, have a look. This looks too nice. The general set I'm going for. This is the head out. What's going on? So we're back in already. As soon as I paddled out, as soon as I got around that corner, the wind picked up and it was not fun. So I just paddled back in, strapped the kayak back up, and they would just go now. Maybe just have a bash off the rocks, leave the kayak on the roof, maybe go for a little swim. So here we go. Just while we're down in Devonport, I figured I'd just drive up our old street. So this is where we used to live before we moved to Milford. This house here on the right. Oh, it's purple now. Yeah, it was white when we lived there, but yeah, that was our old house before we decided to move. Yeah, way too busy as usual. Yeah, that clip was Milford, way too busy. So now we're here at Castor Bay. I think we're just gonna keep it simple, go out on those rocks, have a flick, let's see what happens. Does that nice. I've just got to be careful about the tide coming in here as well though, because get trapped off very easily. Is it the snapper here? Let's just hope that the ones we get are in better condition than that guy. So the burley bags in the water, very simple setup. Just got snap swivel under this swivel, and a first hook. Just doing those baited snapper hooks with a bit of squid. And you got further down another foot or so, another line with the snapper, and just double away on the bottom. Burley's already out. I'll stick it. So there we go. And this thing can smell the bait. Or I just pissed him off. Oh, they're not. Oh, somebody's having a go. No, turned out to be nothing. I put fresh bait on. It's 7:10 now. Sun's setting. I'll give it till 8, I think, and then call it a day. But even if we have nothing, it's a nice night. Oh. On that note, time to pack up before I get stranded. So, he's already cut me off. No walkway here, my car's over there. Looks like we're going for another swim. Well, nearly made it. Let's take a little bit of safe here. Not without getting our feet wet though. And we're off. Once a little slip, cut my leg, but we made it back to the beach, and I think we'll finish it off by going for a swim. Oh, I'm still recording. No, not bad. Successful day. Good night. And we're home.